Welcome back to the American Family Survival Network. I'm your host, Jeffrey Snipes. This is part 2 of Hydration for the Apocalypse, long-term, how to store water for long-term emergencies. Again, this came to us from myfamilysurvivalplan.com, written by Brett and Kate McKay. 1 month or more water storage options, 100-gallon water bob. If you've read The Road, you'll likely remember the scene where our protagonist begins to fill up a bathtub immediately after seeing flashes that signal an impending apocalypse outside his window. He knew the city water would be shutting off soon, and he wanted to store as much as he could before that happened. This is actually in my emergency plan if we ever encounter an SHTF moment here in Tulsa. That's where the author is from. While filling up a tub will give you 100 gallons of water, the problem is that it's not very sanitary for a couple of reasons. First, when was the last time you cleaned your tub? And if you didn't clean it recently, did you use harsh chemicals to do so? Either way, you probably don't want to drink water straight from it. Second, water in your tub has no covering, so it's susceptible to all sorts of contamination. In times of crisis, a water bob is quite handy. Be sure to have fresh towels and some scented candles on hand as well. Even during the apocalypse, everyone needs some me time. That's where the water bob comes in. It's a giant heavy-duty plastic bag that holds up to 100 gallons of water. Just place it in your bathtub and fill with water from your tub faucet. Boom. Instant sanitary water storage. This is a good option for folks with limited space. Just bust it out whenever you think you'll need to use it. The downside is that when you think you need it, there might not be any water to fill it up. Note, some people consider filling big black garbage bags with water. This is not advised. They are often impregnated with chemicals in order to diminish odors. Water barrels. If you have the space and you're looking to have at least 1 month of water storage on hand, you can't go wrong with 55-gallon water barrels. They're made from sturdy food-grade plastic and have bungs at the top that can be sealed super tight in order to protect your water from contamination. The plastic is also BPA-free and UV resistant. 2 of these babies will give a family of 4 about 27 days worth of water. This is what I have right now for my storage solution. According to the author, there are a few downsides. The first one is space. If you live in an apartment, you probably wouldn't have room for a 55-gallon water barrel. The second is price. Each barrel will set you back about $90. You might also want to buy a barrel pump and a specialty drinking water hose to fill them up. Finally, these barrels are not very portable at all. A full barrel weighs in at 440 pounds. You'll definitely want a more portable option available in case you need to bug out. Another tip, don't attempt to travel with one or more of these half full. It will turn into a wrecking ball on a bend. If you're looking to store more than a month of water, you might consider getting 1 or more of the 320 gallon water storage systems. How to store water in 55-gallon barrels. Okay, so there's 2 55-gallon barrels. While probably not necessary, these barrels are placed on a wooden pallet to avoid a possible chemical reaction between the barrels and the cement. Experts recommend that you avoid using a regular old garden hose when filling up your water barrels and instead use a specialty drinking water hose. Fill them up and it doesn't take very long. Many prepper sites recommend pre-treating your water with chlorine to help prevent algae and bacteria growth. However, several sites claim that it isn't even necessary because tap water is already treated with chlorine. And you can treat one barrel, maybe not the other. It's interesting to see if there's any difference between the two in a year. After filling your barrels, make sure to seal the bung as tight as you can. Remember, water doesn't spoil. What causes water to go bad is contamination. Even though you might have giant barrels full of water, it's a good idea to have smaller storage jugs in case you need to bug out of your house. Rain barrels. In addition to storing tap water, you might consider adding some rain barrels into your system. Simply place a rain barrel at the bottom of your gutter pipe, and whenever it rains, your barrel collects the water. Rainwater harvesting is an eco and budget-friendly way to create a long-term water storage reserve because it comes from the heavens, and it's sitting in a barely protected barrel outside. You'll want to filter and sanitize rainwater before drinking it. Some preppers just use rainwater for hygiene and save their stored water for drinking. Although it's a myth that some states have made rainwater collection illegal, some drought-prone states have regulations on methods and require permits. And some states like Texas actually give a tax credit for buying rain collection equipment. And be sure to check the regulations for your state. Okay, folks, please remember to go to the AmericanFamilySurvivalStore.com for all your family's emergency and survival needs. And please remember to protect and safeguard your family. God bless. Fear not. Stay tuned for part 3. Thank you very much.